Hope we're feeling good about this choice. You never know with Twitch. Oh, I forgot to change the thing. There we go. Alright, I think that everything looks good. Everything sounds about as good as it usually does. I think we can play a video game. Version 1.4. Let's go. Traditional, once again. Here we are. A year older, a year wiser, and back in traditional. That's probably still a little bit too loud. There we go. I get the word sticky or my hand's sticky? Ugh, hard to tell. Alright, anyway. What was I doing? Alright, objective, collect mini coins. Get a Yoshi. And get a moon, I mean. Come on. Just waiting for it. I've done this one a couple times. I'm hoping one more run back this evening and we'll be ready to give it approval, because it's a good little hack. Go down here. What's up, Kappa? How you doing? Just been doing some hacking this evening. Productive hacking. Turns out I was right about something, and I will get... And it's, getting... Oh, you're good? Excellent. Yeah, I'm excited. I managed to get a thing to work today that I was expecting would not necessarily work. That recommend is spelled correctly. Excellent. This hack... Oh, this hack does. It's got great gimmicks. It's a well-made little hack. I hope other people will enjoy it at some point in time. Like, an awful lot of normal hacks get overlooked. Is what I'm saying. And this is this one deserves a second look. Or perhaps a first look in the case of most people. Gotta be careful. I didn't want to... there's a reason we're doing this loop. Yeah, I don't know why that happens, and I don't care. Oh, what's up, Jeff? How you doing? Yeah, I was having some fun listening to your Fez stream while I was working on something. So, I got it working, and then it was time to do the mandated stream. So... Oh, come on. Apparently I can't fly to save my life. Yeah, good enough. Don't need that. The good news is what I was hacking on worked, so now there was progress. It took a while to figure out that there was in fact progress, because it turns out all of my usual heuristics didn't work. But it actually is working, so... How's the SMW? Oh, this one's pretty good. Been enjoying it. This would be yet another moderation stream of this. I've done about 3. This would be the 4th one. It's pretty good. And the other hacking thing was also SMW related, so it's looking good. I really just need to hope I don't forget where all the things are in this. Nope. No, thank you. So, I don't know why I'm being secretive about this. I got SA1 Carl modules getting loaded. That wasn't smart. Which was kind of difficult to tell, because usually the way I test that is to make it so that you're Luigi. And that doesn't work on SA1, apparently. Apparently the Is Luigi flag has been moved for some reason. Why? I don't know. Maybe they liked it better that way. Oh. You know, I'm not doing smart moves here. But thankfully Cape State is still where it's supposed to be on SA1, so I can't complain too much. Also, I need a cape to get to where I was supposed to be going. So... Oh no. Ah, I did not get squished. A thought occurs. So, yeah. We'll see if it's far enough along come Saturday, see if we can actually use it, but I think if I can load a Carl Prog, I can really get everything else mostly working from there. Some of the niceties might not be, depending upon how well I understand certain memory maps. But we will see. And also, yeah, the memory map for SA1 turned out to be a lot weirder than I thought. Now, that was simultaneously helpful and unhelpful. And I'm kind of wondering if Mario RPG uses the same sort of thing and I just got lucky with my heuristics. Because it was very strange. Which, just can't explain that. Okay, so... Oh, it's in one of the pipes. I just missed a couple pipes back here. It's probably this pipe. Unless this is the pipe where there's nothing interesting. This is the pipe where there's nothing interesting. Kind of helpful. Weird how. So you know how low ROM works, where you've got mirroring going on between the lower part of the high banks and... okay, at least for low ROM, right? You start at the beginning of the ROM, and you stripe it by 8,000s. And then the high ROM, you've got the whole thing just above 80,000, or 100,000? I'm bad with numbers, but 80, and then 5, or 8, and then 5 zeros. So, with SA1, the first 2 megabytes seem to be in the lower half. So from like 8,000 and then striping forward. And then the second one seemed to be at 88,000. It's complicated enough that I need a whiteboard. Yeah. So it's possible I don't understand this well enough. But it makes sense as a way to get like 8 megabytes into the address space. Just, oh, that sucks. Just as a way that I wasn't really, in a mode I wasn't thinking in. So, just gotta remember where I left the other coin. I know it's in one of these pipes. And I know I'm not falling down that pit again. How'd the shell hit me? I'm not exactly sure. I think it has something to do with coming out of a pipe and letting go of Y at just the right time because my controller is flaky and I have no excuse for using a flaky controller because I've got a box of 50 Famicom controllers. Or Super Famicom controllers at this point. No, it wasn't this one. Wonder, did you... Never mind. Never looked into SA1 memory much. Yeah, I had to... It wasn't the shell. Today we learned. Guess we'll come back and find the last one. I already know this works. I guess I don't really need to worry about the coinage. Crap. No! Oh no, I need 3 more without dying. I don't know how many... I think I've got 0 lives. No, I have 3 lives. I have some number of lives that is indeterminate. Yeah. It's not ideal, but there's a life system. It's probably okay. Right, I just need to exit the level. That's the play. So... It's okay. Anyway, all I'm saying is that there's something for me to learn here. Especially because I think that people are going to start making even larger hacks in the future. My understanding of SA1 is that you can actually choose to remap the upper 4 banks at like 1 megabyte intervals. And yeah, if you can, and you can choose from any of you can choose 4 from 8. So there's no reason why you couldn't conceptually have a ROM hack as big as what? 12 megabytes, I guess? A little bit less. Though I might be miscounting things. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why it did that. I thought I left it as Mario, but it might be trying to copy it. Oh, it might be copying it back over because I did something lazy. Which wouldn't be surprising, so... Oh god, I gotta remember where everything is. But it went away. It's one of those things that typically gets ready in at the beginning of a level, and then after you transition outward, it goes away. So it's fine. Oh, come on. thought I got him. There's a way to despawn that sucker. There's a mandatory way to despawn that sucker. There we go. But anyway. So yeah, kind of fun to look into that. I think I do need to do some major code changes to make SA1 remotely maintainable. I think I could hack in just enough stuff for chat hacks. But after that, things would get really bad. So, probably not a good idea for long-term code maintenance. Needless to say, there's a bunch of things in there that aren't good for long-term code maintenance. I really should change how I do handle my IRC commands, for instance. It's been on my list forever because what's passed in is absolutely ridiculous. So. But, as everyone knows, when you spend time in one place, you can't spend it somewhere else, so you can only get so much attention. I think I might have screwed up getting them. Oh, I can't get a lot of stuff now that I got hit. There must be another mushroom in here. Important to remember that I can, in fact, use shells to get in there to collect coins, which doesn't come up much. I think there's only one power-up in this whole stage, so I think I'm kind of boned. At least from getting dragon coins. And oh no, there we go. There's the other power-up. We'll come back here. But yeah, it was pretty cool that it worked. You know, first few times when I was messing with it, I had no idea why it wasn't working. And Max actually provided the key insight that I needed for it to actually start working. Which was that I need to restart the Super Nintendo after loading Carl. And the reason for that is because of how the NMI handler works. But it works! That's the thing, it actually ends up working. So, yeah, it happened when the level was reloaded. Mario does not really like having a cape. Yeah, the HUD usually reloads after a level, so most things that mess with it in chat hacks, like, force it to a value. There we go. And stick it there. And sometimes it ends up fighting the game, because it rewrites parts of the HUD, but not all of the HUD. Yeah, it's made out of raccoon, but well, the thing is, like, most people who use the Mario 3 sprite also use the raccoon tail power-up. And, you know, this doesn't. It does remind me, I want to look into also replacing, what is it, graphics 33 or graphics 10 so that there's a little less badness. You can see a little bit of wonkiness with Mario's shoes, and I realized that really badly during the Mario RPG randomizer SMW multi-world thing. So, probably should implement that more properly in the future, or at least get more of them. I could also, like, go and extract the cape if I really wanted to, and I think I've done that for some of the sprites I have, where there's, like, just not enough sprite, and so I went and kind of stole some from the original. And it works okay. It doesn't look great in some cases, but it works well enough. Alright, we're getting close. Okay. We'll come back to traditional and find the last dragon coin after a bit. Just do some more levels. First. Oh no. At least the music is awesome in this level. Oh, I remember being stuck here for what felt like hours. Mostly because I was trying to do it in a really dumb way. But still. You literally just have to stick to the plan with this one, once you learn it. Complete trial and error. Oh, this remains scary. Moonwalk is mandatory, of course. Really wanted that hit. Oh well. Come on, land. Go down, because I want feather first. Alright, cool. What's the minimum number of coins you can collect on a lap through here? Alright, back to moonwalking. Because it makes no difference. I guess it makes a little bit of difference. It changed the screen scroll there. Huh, that's weird. Oh, it is, Faro. It is a beautiful cape. That reminds me, I did finally... crap. Oh, yeah, there we go. Get around to watching... No. Oh, crap. Alpha Sphere. And yeah, I think I saw the edit in the middle where, like, you brought Daizo on. That was pretty... I enjoyed that. That was a good edit. Also, how bizarre the luck you had. Like, what, you hit, like, a whole bunch of 1 out of... or very low out of, like, 101 multiple times chances. Absolutely bizarre. I'm doing well. I got a hacking thing done today. I was sadly deprived of tacos, but, you know, you can't have everything. And French toast. I ordered some French toast from a place for the, like, work Thursday meal, and it never arrived, so... Those are more common than Daizo remembered. It would not surprise me if there's a slight implementation error given how much that happened. Or it could be an emulator thing, where the source of randomness isn't as random as one would hope, but I just don't know. I have to look at the code. Ah, crap. I'm never gonna get the dragon coin in this level. Well, all the dragon coins in this level. I think I remember this. You can just YOLO with the cape and it works. Yeah, indeed. Who knows? Maybe Daizo, if he cares to look into it. But, you know, it's released and done with. There's no real reason to at this point. Not unless he wants to revisit it for, like, another Halloween thing. I remember playing the original version. I'm like, this is going to win. This is just going to win. There were some other strong contenders in there, and there were an awful lot of confusing and not so good contenders. But that one, no, was the ultimate standout in that entire group. Though by the end, my eyes really hurt. Saw Third Wall play your KLDC entry? Nice! Was it well received? Did he like it? Did he enjoy the troll? I guess that's the most important question here. Far more than any other thing. Can't tell? Darn. It can be inscrutable, but you'd hope that you at least get a hint. There we go. Yeah, you can just YOLO with this part. That's how you do it. And... oh, thanks for the 6 months, man. Oh, 6 months already. Time flies. Just like Mario with his face cape. Thanks again, man. Oh, wait, I wanted to go up there. Oh, well, I gotta do another lap as this Mario anyway. This is an involved level, time-wise. Fucking hated the boss, though. Oh, that's not a good sign. Gotta go on the upper path. Hit the button. Grab the coin. Alright. Progress. Which, it's Third Wall, if you liked it, you'd have thought of watching Third Wall more. This hack, yes, in this hack you need 100 coins to beat the level. If you're lying in bed, you gotta stop putting off going to the chiropractor, your neck is in shambles. Oh man, I feel you. I feel you. I probably should go. It's been a long fucking time since I've been. My back has been bugging me lately. Figure I just need to take a day off and not walk so much. I'm trying to get that 10k a day sort of thing going on. Oh crap, I'm running into coins now. I really need to not do that. on. Yes! I'll be honest, if I get the moon before getting pushed out of this level, I'll be pretty happy with this. Okay, 96. I don't think I can actually get the moon. I don't think I can get the coins. Or get out of here without hitting that many coins. Okay, 97. Maybe. Oh no, in order to get through the door, I'm gonna have to get a couple coins. Alright, let's see if I can pull this off. It's not that you don't like it, you just forget to go. Easy to forget. Okay. Fuck. No! Oh, there was no way. Oh. Alright, I can't do that level twice in a row. I mean, that's the closest I've ever gotten with that specific thing. It's a long and somewhat tedious level. So, I'll take the victories where I can get them. I at least saw it possible. Though I wish I'd gotten more. Alright, gotta remember how this area works, because this is a maze. Let's see, I think I do want to go up here. Yes, I do. This is where I can get a cape. And then I shell jump up here, I can proc these. That one opens, so I have an easier escape. And then hit these. That's why I came over here. I feel like this hack has been kind of a pain in the ass. Part of the problem is, like, it has a different attitude towards things, which is something I kind of appreciate, right? It's easy to beat it, it's hard to complete it. And I think that that's a laudable idea here, right? Like most Mario ROM hacks, you know, you either complete the Kaizo stuff or you just beat the levels and you're done. Here there's an actual challenge with getting the dragon coins and the moons. The moons are more like little secrets, but the dragon coins present a legitimate challenge. At times. Still the wrong kind of fish. I choose to believe this is a weird Easter egg. So. But streaming Tekken 7 for fun into your Final Fantasy scene in the last chapter was a disaster? Oh no. Ow. How did Final Fantasy go disastrously? Well, this bodes poorly. This boons poorly. I don't know if there is another source of power-ups, and I think I destroyed one of the more convenient ones. Like, I could have tried to go for a twofer on that one, but I didn't. Right, this area is completely useless. Alright, let's just call that one a learning experience. Mario's Cape is sponsored by himself. That's true enough. I forgot to turn on the host thing. One of those things, I need to just set up more of this stuff on the other machines I have. There's no reason this one has to be on my laptop too. There we go. Fewer football men, happier Boone. Daizo's making a level for your birthday, you're scared? He made you a Minecraft Steve graphic for it. Oh, that's cool. Minecraft Steve. Now in Smash. Still can't believe that is a thing that happened in my lifetime. No, I probably didn't want to do that. Oh, it doesn't matter. Take him down. He's gotta go down. Turns out the entire Sephiroth boss fight is a blocked scene, and the final cut scene as well, so everyone just watched a blue screen as you attempted to narrate the entire fight in the good old cutscene. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's really awful. So like your like streaming software just like, nah, you can't see that. That's awful. Okay, that's bad. Fixable, but bad. I should have left the thing down there since I don't do very good shell jumps with Cape. Sephiroth and Stevens are right next to each other, and it's real. Yep. Final Fantasy fans rejoice. I'm gonna quote: How did Close get back to Earth from the edge of reality? So no one got to see anything at all. Oh. See, one of the downsides of modern technology is the game can decide, nah, you can't stream that, which is just weird to me. Thankfully, Mario, well, probably... I think it'd be challenging to pull that off in Super Mario World. It might be possible. It wouldn't surprise me if Max had figured out a way. By, like, abusing high-res mode on certain video cards. But other than that, I don't know. There we go. I don't trust the football man. I can hear him. You hate block scenes like you can't even record these for things personal use later. Yeah, that's dumb, you know? You bought the dang thing, you should be able to do whatever you want with it. That doesn't appear to be the way the world is going, but it's how it should be. There we go. I'm taking it slow. I need this cape for like 4 things in this level. If I lose it, I don't have another chance to have it again. Can we not do that? Okay, good. We are not doing that. Much better. Okay. We made it to the second dragon coin. You had to tell everyone that if you want to see it, you're actually gonna have to go to YouTube after we're done. Oh, yeah. Wait, what? One thing's particularly bad about Dragon World, but V3, everything outside the first chapter is blocked from taking screenshots? How does that even... What? I mean, I've seen people stream that game. Like, it must, like, have a hook to try and prevent you from taking them through, like, the Steam interface. Or something. I think I forgot to do something important. No, I didn't. No, I forgot to do something important. I've got to take a lap. Maybe. I know. I can just go up this way. I can just go up this way. Careful till I get here. Oh. Tekken 7 is filler till you can find a new game. There's a lot of good options out there. Let's see. Oh, well, that probably doesn't help you. So there's a soft mod you can do. Well, really a memory card corruption that also works as a boot disk sort of thing. You can do with PlayStation now, and I finally got that working. I had to go get a device for copying save games onto memory cards, which, you know, was kind of cool still. There we go. Kind of a nice trip down memory lane, you know, PlayStation-wise. But the thing is that it turns out Windows only burns ISOs, and almost every PlayStation game was released as a bin and queue, and in some cases multiple bins in one queue file. And it's been a while since I've been in this sort of game. There we go. So I was very confused as to how to go about this. I do have tools for separating up, you know, ISOs into other things, and I had some tools for merging bin and queues into an ISO, so I tried that on Parappa the Rappa, because that was simple enough. Except, it worked, it booted, it just didn't have any music. Which, as you might imagine, for Parappa the Rappa, is a serious problem. So, anyway. The silly thing that I was trying earlier. Yeah, new computer. You definitely give that a try. Being on the hunt for new RPGs to play. Ooh. You'll have to let me know how that goes. I haven't played any really new RPGs in a long time. I remember the last like non-Kingdom Heart one. I had a silly one on Steam. It was like Orange Blood. It was a weird Japanese RPG. It was about like, I don't know, rapping schoolgirls with guns. I played it at PAX a while ago and I don't really remember it all that well. But it was interesting enough to buy on Steam when it was relatively cheap. You kind of wonder, there's got to be like some indie RPGs for like the SNES and NES at some point, right? Like it can't be that hard to make an indie RPG on these platforms. It isn't a ROM hack necessarily. Right. I remember this. And the springboard. And hopefully ones that don't have censored cutscenes. Well, cutscenes you can't do anything with. Oh. Crap. Wait, what am I doing? There's an easier way. I don't need this. Well, mostly easier way. I can get in that. There we go. Upward, onward and upward, boom. Okay. If Mario's stock of fire goes above 99, he should suffer spontaneous combustion. That would be cool. Oh, that wasn't an Eldad cloud anymore. Oh well. I still got what I needed out of it. Yeah, you know, it'd be funny, but wouldn't actually be all that nice. I think it's okay to have him just, you know, have a really funny looking number of things. Well. Oh, Koopas get stuck in that position. Didn't know that. Don't make me bring a Koopa over here. I swear you can get, No, you can't. One of those things you could do, but probably ask if you ought to do that. It's one of those classic, it's gonna be funny, but pretty much only to you sort of things. Like, you might get a laugh the first time. I guess in this case, like, your odds of coming across that are fairly low, so it might not be that bad as far as, like, dumb things to do. Right, now I know I want to get up there the cheesy way. I think it's the ice. It's throwing me off. There we go. Now I just gotta remember where the other coins are. Oh, right, there was one... Where was that other one? No, there was something over here to do with the springboard I still need to do. I need to actually bring the springboard through the rest of the friggin' level to get a thing. I was thinking about RPGs again. There was something that I had a relevant thought that was actually an idea. Oh, not RPGs. If you're looking for something that might be interesting to stream, the Nintendo NES Dev forums did the yearly game competition. Okay, that's what it is. I need a blue. I need a one of those. A way to destroy that, which must exist somewhere. I don't remember where, but I remember it exists. So, and I actually helped out on one of them. It was kind of fun. End up building what we could very generously call a level editor, because it wasn't really a level editor. It was a way to edit levels and import them into your game. It just wasn't really a level editor, because it basically let you make your levels in MS Paint, which I think was pretty cool. was a good cheesy way just to get it done. And it took a way less time than other things might. Oh, there's the moon. That's what I was forgetting. Right, so I know where the other two dragon coins are. I just need to know how to get them at this point, which means I need a dang it, weirdo P-switch. Which I think I need this for. And if not, I need it for going to the other half of the level to grab something. What's wrong with MS Paint? Well, modern versions kind of suck. I'm trying to use like the Windows 10 one. It's very difficult. It's more difficult to use for pixel art than it used to be. I did suggest changing the pixel size and I could build in a stride thing, but that did not go over well. Which is fair. Not all ideas are winners. That one, he complained that would just confuse him because the alignments would be difficult, which fair, completely fair assessment. Bonk. There we go, we got our B8 fires. So we're good now. Oh, thanks. Okay, put this down. Okay, cool. We got that thing. Now I just need to figure out where the silver P-switch is, because I forgot. We also have go. It was down there. There's something. Oh no, wait, there was something dumb down here, wasn't there? It was just like some extra fire flower in case you wanted to burn an awful lot of fire flower going down here to get a fire flower and possibly soft lock yourself. Yeah, no thanks. Spontaneous combustion threshold reached. Indeed. Alright. Picking something. Of course! How in the world am I still getting packets sometimes, but only some of them? Oh wait, not Discord, I wanted Twitch, and then I want to go unplug my router. Yep, still down. I swear at some point I'm going to build something that cuts when it goes down. Or at least bearing that makes a marker saying, hey, this is where it kind of fell asleep. But not today. Okay, we might be able to reconnect now. That's not a mouse. Let's do the blip. Hopefully this is not an internet tease. Let's see what happens though. Alright, what does the stream page say? There was a network error. Please try again. Well, of course there was a network error. The network went down. Alright, let's see. Alright, yep, we're back. Turn the bot back on. Alright, there we go. And now we can get back to what we were doing. I really hate Comcast. It's truly, truly one of the worst things ever. Alright, and now to try and remember where there was a purple or a silver P-switch. And I guess get a lot of coins, because boy do I need a lot of coins. And make sure it actually is working really quick. Okay, good. All the plumbing is there. I'm always a little bit worried about most of my stuff breaking. Mostly because it's often a little bit broken. Right, gotta do this. And that. Probably should collect a few more coins. But yeah, anyway, I completely forgot what we were talking about. The NES Dev competition. Fun stuff. Would still recommend taking a look at some of the entrants. Trying to remember what else was really good in that. Space Goals was a lot of fun. Played through that with a friend. It's a 2-player game where you're seagulls in space, which makes a lot of sense in context. What else? A few other ones in there that were memorable. There was one that was like a blob. There were a couple blobby games, and there was one that was a Metroidvania, which was actually pretty good, though the music got a little repetitive. And there was another one where you were a blob and you moved the level, not the character, which is novel but confusing. So it's not over here. I've checked over here already. Oh, wait, I didn't try this one. There's like a multi-tank version of combat, which is weird. But, you know, could be your thing if you're into combat. Oh, that's bad. I really need to not get hit at this point. Hello? Okay, I can get hit at this point. Oh, and there are a couple that are just broken, which is a little bit sad, but, you know, what can you do? There's a fish tank simulator, in case you need to simulate a fish tank. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I remember. I know there were others. There's a puzzle game in there that looks pretty cool. You're a robot. There's also a little Metroidvania, if I recall correctly. Here's where you go up here. I don't remember where the dang thing is. I thought I had carried a decent distance, but I could be wrong. Yep. Everyone needs to simulate fish tanks. I remember there being like a fish tank sort of thing as the intro screen to some DOS games I used to play. You can look up the game Robo Maze if you are honestly very bored. None of them play well. I don't know if there was ever a first one. The second one, or maybe even the third one, were pretty weird. It was like a platformer, but you couldn't jump. And you moved forward continuously unless you pressed a different direction. It was just awkward and borderline painful, but, you know, didn't pay for it, so how much can I complain? I think it's gotta be over here. It's gotta be over here with this stuff. Alright, well, next lap we'll get up there. Or, I guess we already did, right? Because I went this way. So, yeah, there was a dragon coin. That's what you get for coming over here. you supposed to know if your fish can defend themselves in case of alien attacks? They need their tanks. Oh, that... I like it. Wait. Isn't there... Right, there was a little bit of downward here you could go. No, I think this just kills you. No, let's not go that way. Oh, I really wish I could remember where the dang thing was. I just don't remember. And there's an awful lot of level to search. It's not in either of those if I remember correctly. I thought getting closer to the ground would help, but that didn't help either. I know I got all the dragon coins in this before, so I'm gonna probably call it good after another couple minutes of searching. I don't think he made any major changes in such a way that I would be disturbed by the lack of dragon coins. Oh yeah, I should just go back and double check. You got a valid point, I've checked everything else, there's no reason not to check that again. Like, my thought was here, no, not an actual diagonal pipe. Alright. I'm just gonna put you down. I'm not sure that was the ideal solution to my problem. Alright, there we go. Nope. But it'll let me beat the level, so we'll call that good. Climb. Oh yeah, I like this level. And of course it uses the dance rave tune from Cool Spot. Wait, how did I do that last time? Oh right, I remember now. That way. No doors. And no yum. And a jank triangle. Wait, how did he make it so you didn't need reset doors? Oh, it respawns. Question answered. Though you could still... Could you soft lock yourself here? Oh, these things are just killing me. Thank you for the G's, all three of them. Alright, let's get the moon at least, because in the event that I fail it... Oh. Let's not get the moon. Okay. I'm just going slow, apparently. That's one problem. That's the other problem, yeah. Oh. Alright, well, got the moon at least. I want that. Time to see how well I remember the rest of this level. Answer pretty well. Alright. It's kind of sad not to get both useful things. I probably should go stand in a place where I can go and get hit more often, rather than wait, because I want to be able to do the lap. Alright. Let's go. Back to climb. With our moon. Remember last time I got here, I was so close to getting all the dragon coins, and I just flubbed it at the last second. Back up the cliff. I don't know if there's anything else in that set that was really interesting to me. The problem with NES games, of course, is they're relatively simple and they have to be, just because of their nature. Doesn't mean they're always bad, just doesn't always mean they appeal. There we go. I don't remember the last time I actually played an NES game that was not my friend's for the purposes of testing. Or one of those. It's been a while. I think I may have screwed this one. No, I definitely screwed that one. Oh, right, you go around. You eat around the banana. It's just empty vitamins. Yeah. What an episode. The window, if the paper turns clear, it's your window to wait game. Bye-bye, everybody. Alright. I do not like this particular gimmick. Way too easy to fall off. And well, nope. Stupid triangle. You just don't want to cooperate, do you? Okay. Oh, screw it. Just start over. The triangles are against me today. This time will be different. What the heck? Oh, you can't bonk them anymore. Alright, that's fair then. I guess if you can't bonk these, then yeah, that prevents the whole, like, possible soft lock issue. There we go. Well done. That was a tricky little thing to do there. Very clever. Okay. Look at me, I can remember things. Alright, second one. Yeah, see, worth landing there just in case. Go. Now for the hard part. Oh, cool. That's interesting. Alright. It's an infinite P-balloon block. Since I... Oh, come on! The left-right thing with this is so... Oh, it doesn't hurt you on the way down? He's... Dude, this guy. This guy knows how to make a nice thing here. I'm gonna be watching for more hacks from this dude. It's such a nice little quality of life thing to do. Nope. Didn't go quite fast enough. Look at that! It's clearly intentional. Alright, well, I still have a couple hits. I'm above deflating. Alright, let's see. Oh, I made it. Cool. Take a second lap. And... Well, I guess there's no way I would know if he actually fixed that problem. So I'm gonna need to put a marker down to quickly check that offline using a older save file. Did they change the color of these things? Alright. There we go. Course clear. But yeah, I just need to check that the coins didn't respawn there, and probably I did due diligence on the other ones. I'm good. Alright, now the level that's really tricky, because I don't actually know. I beat the level, I didn't really defeat the level last time. So. And still Metroidvania, but thankfully not Bloody Tears. Okay. There'll be multiple enemies moving in concert is definitely a good Castlevania thing to have. Yep, a bigger boon. Nope. Been there, done that. Got the merit badge. Okay. Triangles do not make you invulnerable. Triangles also don't tend to work. Are you kidding me? That's... Okay. I woke up on the wrong side of the triangle bed today. That's just clearly what happened here. That's the third time. I think it's possible this triangle's broken. Oh, finally it goes. What was the difference? Why would it changed? Never mind. Yeah. I'm not having good luck with triangles today. What's up, Deadly? How you doing? I didn't want to go all the way back to the ghost mess to get back to the embiggening. There we go. You good? Excellent. Glad to hear it. Trying to do the last lap on this moderation here. I'm feeling still optimistic. We're what, 18 minutes into it. No, that's not right. Whatever it says on the screen is accurate. 18 minutes is how long ago Comcast let me get back on the internet. We were just playing a hack called The Trip. Well, how was that? It sounds familiar. I may have seen it. Might have seen it at some point, but hard to know. Normal hack? Kaizo hack? Hack that defies standard categorization? Okay, this time's gonna be different. We're just gonna YOLO it. There we go. I can't even... Hard non-Kaizo? Oh, nice. Oh, interesting. The screen scrolled. Oh, of course the screen's going to scroll. That's something I haven't ever thought of or encountered before. I guess it must override whatever I'm doing because I'm being run first. Huh. The day I learned. There's a lot of good hard non-Kaizo hacks. A lot of very hard ones too. I think hard's kind of the nice sweet spot. You get some interesting stuff, but you also aren't just going to be holding right or left to win. And very hard can tend to get a little bit silly and sadistic. You know, the far end of very hard, of course, is your, what is the name of that stupid hack? That one Japanese hack that's ridiculously hard at the end. The one by Himari. Yeah. Much better. I'm spacing on the name for some reason. The one everyone was playing last year. For some reason. Okay, this is where it wants me to go. I hope I chose correctly because I am out a thing there. Hyper 6, thank you. I don't know why I lost that. Alright, I don't think embiggening matters too much because I can fire flower up now. Okay, cool. Then that gives me a way back, and I think this just takes me back to the beginning, so I think we're good. Oh, right. They're not that kind of a block. Okay, so now there's two things I can do. Come over here and get an extra hit. That seems like a smart move. This also takes me somewhere. That's useful. Dragon coins are very useful. Of course, the jump games, the jump hacks are also in that sort of continuum, though very hard is definitely the right place for jump 1. It gets downright sadistic at times. Ah, man. Me and my buddy have actually played jump, trying to complete that one level for forever. The, like, second or third to last level. Really should get on that, but it's just been a while. Alright, well, Fire Flower would have been useful there. I can at least use my embiggened powers to make it so this is no longer a one-way. Mostly. Wait for it. And then, yeah, so this is where I could loop back to the Fire Flower area. And we're back to being empowered. Excellent. And I think my mental map of this place is getting pretty close to where it needs to be. Alright. I don't know what that does yet. It's presently on. I'm gonna guess I want it off. We're just gonna turn it off. See what happens. The problem is if I want a cape, I gotta go do another lap. And there is a section to the left that I hadn't really explored yet. Past these ghosties. Oh, that's what it lets me do. It lets me get up here. That's clearly a place I need to fly. Oh boy! Stairs. Speaking of Final Fantasy VII. Okay. P-switch. I think I know where I want to use that. Okay, that cloud is solid. Good to know. Take that. And to the right is more stuff, but I don't want to do that yet, because I want to go get a cape and use my P-switch. Well, at least I didn't get hit twice. Keep doing my P-switch dance. Okay. One of the nice features about Mario is, even if you are doing a Metroidvania thing, there's only so much space you can work into the two-dimensional space without using doors and pipes and such, which I don't think he's done. But we got that going for us. Alright, grab my cape, because I'd much rather be encaped or falling down a pit. Cool, we got the move. Alright, I am pretty happy with this. And we're going to explore that extra space that clearly is cape bait. And obviously don't press up. Okay. Guess you could do this with either the button pushed or cape. Okay. I just wasn't ready for that. Alright. So I would have wanted Fire Flower over here, and I assume... Yeah, so I'd need to come through here with a Fire Flower to get that Dragon Coin, and to have access to this area up here on a more consistent basis. Which is not something I'm terribly surprised at. Which reminds me, I think there's a Dragon Coin in there. I guess I could use this to get, instead of trying to do cheesy cape things. Or it won't let me go through it? Oh, crap. Did it the first time. Okay, note to self, try to aim a little bit further to the right. There we go. Just cape things. Alright, now... Okay, this is where the springboard was, which means I would need to come... Yeah, I need to come with a Fire Flower through here. Which is fine, that's not a terribly onerous thing to do. At least I'm hoping it's not terribly onerous. We're gonna find out in a second. I'm just gonna wait another cycle for the pencils. There we go. Alright, left, right, left. Alright, now this... Oh, this part actually sucks. Okay. Yeah, and then there's the extra pencil just to mess with you. Oh, wait. Should have affected a jump, duck jump. Okay. Oh, I don't need the springboard yet. I can just do this. Okay. And then I have to get through here while remaining embiggened. Which I think I can do. Just need to take my time. There we go. Stand right in the center. And then walk over here. Nope. I didn't react fast enough. Okay, cool, got it. Jeez, that would have sucked. Alright, and this gives me another vine. Which gets me over here. Okay, over to the left is where the cape thing would have been. What the heck is that? Small Mario that way. Alright. Perhaps it's a hint that you need a small Mario that way. There's another coin. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so I think in order to proceed, I need a cape. Which means I have to go a long way down. From here? Yeah, right here. And I also need to make sure I don't get too many coins before I get to the end here. Alright. I can cheese this and not have to take the long path by flying up one of these areas. There we go. I'll take this. I'm not sure what I want to do with it, but I'll take it. I'm certain I can fly up there. Like, this is a long enough pathway for that. As long as I don't press down for no apparent reason. Or get hit by that Koopa. Wait, what? No, but what? Okay. That's something that's new. that I've never seen before. Don't ever throw one of those while transitioning through a door. Okay, I need to come up here with Fire Flower somehow. Which seems like quite an ask. Let's see what's over here first. Take my springboard with me. And all that was in here was nothing. It just shows me there's a P-switch there, which I can use to get to the Insmallening area if I want to. There's the silver P-switch, which presumably has its utility as well. There's a key. A lot going on here. Oh, you can pick up 2 items. I forgot. There's a message about that somewhere. Okay. I guess this is the other obvious spot to use it. Except I don't think I wanted that. Or maybe I did want that. I'm not sure. There was a message about small Mario this way, so maybe I want to be small. What's over here? Mandatory to be small here. That's fair enough. What? No! I don't want to go that way. At least not right now. I probably have to, but I don't want to do it right now. Nifty. Alright. Yeah, that's not a small Mario, that's a dead Mario. Yep, that is indeed the case. Alright, so I've reprocced something, and now we can use the key, which contains that. Okay. Lets me get back to where I was, and then I can come up here and get a silver P-switch. Why I want a silver P-switch, I'm still... Oh, wait, for the... Yeah, okay, I know why I want a silver P-switch. I'm still not entirely certain where the... last couple dragon coins are, but... Oh, criminy, I need a springboard. Which I can get from right here, but then I can't use it elsewhere. It small. I made a terrible mistake here. I need to get back up top. I think there's another spot where I can't do that. Apparently, maybe I just got really lucky. Oh, never mind. There we go. Alright, so I have the springboard. And because I hit that, I can't get back up. Oh, I shouldn't have hit that. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, so many dumb ideas right here. Not that way. I'm thinking. Actually, I think with this, if I were to come back and do the Fire Flower loop again, I could get the dragon, or get the... Yeah, I could get that. I just need to be really careful. Absurdly careful. So I haven't been trying to get coins, and boy do I have a lot of them. Wait, it doesn't matter, even if I... Oh yeah, no, I can't get all the dragon coins, because 98 coins. Yeah, screw that. We'll come back. At least then I won't have to come back and get the moon. Okay. Really quick. I think I can do this quick. Maybe. Okay, first off, I can just kind of skip that. Oh no, I can't skip the first section. I need that. So, but I don't need to be big to do that. So I don't need to go that way. Yeah, I don't need to be big. It doesn't. Well, it does kind of hurt. Yeah, dragon coins are in fact coins. This is not the first time I have managed to forget this fact while moderating this hack. Let me tell you. There we go. Like, I don't think I need to be embiggened to get to where I need to go here. So, there we go. And in fact, a lack of embiggening seems to be a useful feature. Ah. Let me make this jump. There we go. Grab that. I am feeling good about this lab. Make sure to get the elevation. And we do that, so we can come back up here. But first, let's do Fire Flower Loop. Do we need to do the Fire Flower Loop this way? No, I shouldn't do the Fire Flower Loop this way first. I should get the cave first. How does it matter? Because I can't get much further that way without it. I'll turn this off, I think. A little further. Then we have to go through the room of circular ghosts. Wherein I don't really... Do I need a springboard to get there? No, I don't need a springboard to get to the room of circular ghosts. This doesn't hurt. And then... I do not like the room of circular ghosts. It's a very disconcerting room. Sheer nervousness I feel in the room of circular ghosts. There we go. Alright, cool. That's what we came to get out of this room. And then there's nothing I need over there, I don't think. I'm going to need to go do a loop with the cape. I can lose that right now because there's no value in holding that. Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to go right. Oh, bollocks. There is value in keeping that because I need that to get to the room with the cape. There we go. At least it's close by. It mostly consists of jumps that aren't really tricky to do. Alright, there we go. Back up. Okay. Less than ideal. It's kind of the worst part of this with the Metroidvania thing is you don't retain your power-ups when hit. Even though you have a life system. I do feel like this level would be improved by that, at least a little bit, just because backtracking to go get another power-up is kind of annoying. Especially when most of the challenge is knowing which power-up to have when, as opposed to having a power-up. I guess there's an awful lot more challenge here because of that. But, anyway. Let's go. Don't have to take this path, because we already did that once. Then we'll probably have to come back and do it again. Except I feel like I'm missing something important. I know there's a dragon coin I've missed, because I need to come back this way with the cape. I finished with 3 dragon coins last time. There was a spot where I could fly. Maybe it was earlier. Crap. Cape Pog indeed. I'm happy to have it again. Either way, I wanted to come back here with Cape because I had a theory. Though it might be harder in practice to pull off than I thought. Don't want that. I don't know. That's going to despawn, isn't it? I guess if I did want that, I probably needed to keep trying harder to keep it. That's true. I could try and fly over him. In fact, I might just go try that right now. I think I have everything I need to do to access that area. Never mind! I won't do that, because the P-switch. This P-switch area was a complete and utter drag. It's also the wrong place. There's a place where I need to fly up and do a thing, and I have actually lost where it is in my memory. Not here. Maybe it's near the beginning of the level. There's a clear spot where there's a place to fly up and get yourself a fancy cape based one up. But oh, it's over here, isn't it? Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, I saw that you posted a document about cape flight. I'm going to be very curious to read that. Because I know nothing, and that seems like it could be cool. I think it'll still be faster to go this. It'll be safer to go this way if nothing else. You're still working on it. So you have your like preliminary research so far. I'm certain it's something that's going to take some time and effort, just because, like you said, you were converting assembly into. I want to go down here. Converting assembly into basically a dock. There we go. This is where it's supposed to be. Didn't need the cape at all. What was over here? That spot. Okay. Just double checking to see if my mental map matches the real map. It's way too in-depth for most people. I imagine, you know, most people would be served better by spending time playing like Volpe's Friend or something, but for people who really want to understand it, I don't doubt this will be helpful. Or understand it at an incredibly deep level. We'll be very happy to read it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if BK would be excited to read it, given his love of cape levels. Okay, here we go. Except Tassers. Yeah, that might be the case too. Those guys are crazy. They have many useful facts squirreled away in there. Okay, I've done the Circle of Ghosts, so if we use the springboard to go upward, I would still be short on getting up to there with the fire flower. There we go. The third one. Get out. Hooray for cape. No. Okay, so that's an idea that's not going to work. You need a second springboard or another way to get over there. And then this is the area right there, okay? Alright, we're going to try it. We're going to try it once we actually achieve. We're not going to try it right now. Okay, try that again. See if my cape prowess is enough for this. Spoilers, it probably isn't. Ah! I think my cape prowess apparently isn't enough for me to... Well... We decided to... Okay, I deserved that. Okay, what's the quickest way to get out of here and get back to my cape? And would that P-switch help me with anything? Can I... Actually, you know what? A thought occurs. No. I'm not carrying that anymore, but can I, like... Okay, I don't... I can... Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, cool. So we can use this vine and that to get up there with a fire flower. Which means I have to do another fire flower loop to get the object. But once we're there, we're there. So at least I can get the fourth one now, and I know how to get the fifth one. Yeah, it was failure on multiple levels. I couldn't cape to save my life, and it wasn't worth it. Oh well. It was worth a shot. But at least this time I know, well, I'm fairly certain that I will be able to get to the end with all of the objects I need to make it work. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, okay, whatever. We can do that part next. We can do that part after. Because you do need to be small, and I would prefer not to burn the rest of my hits on being small. Oh, I need to come with a cape to do that, don't I? Because... No, I don't. So here's this. I need to come with the... crap, I need a springboard. There's a springboard. Okay, use the springboard to get up here. And then... back this way. I think there probably was a shortcut I should have taken here. But oh well. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Just make that jump? Yes. Cool. Alright. Now I think the thing I actually need is through the small only area, so we'll do that first. And small one. Without taking damage. And then we can come back over here and not fall through the floor. And get this. Go up. And hope that I don't get enough coins to actually finish this off. Because there's a lot of munchers over there. I need a springboard. Thankfully he made that really easy to do. Okay. Oh, I don't need a springboard. Bye, springboard. Okay, it's the second one. It's the first one. Okay. 88. Well, I can still get, what, 8 more, or 10 more coins before it becomes a problem. Gotta remember not to throw these things off screen. Okay, so now over here. I'm really glad I got... I hope that respawns. I really hope that respawns. Oh, I really hope that respawns. That was such a long setup. Alright, let's see. The survey says... Yes, it respawns. Oh, thank you. Well, I'll be back. Alright. Be back up there. I mean, I'm not actually leaving my chair. Okay. Yeah, it's really dangerous to throw that thing upward. Okay. Now we go down, we get this. No, you cannot make that jump. Oh no. Cool. Barely made it. Okay. There we go. We got all the dragon coins in that level. Jeez. And then the music started over. I'm okay with that. Alright. Frozen, yeah, I didn't get all the ones in Frozen. Missed a couple in a few places. Oh, what's up, Max? How you doing? Thank you for the G. Gotta be careful about this. So Battletoads music. Oh, P-switch timer, thank you. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I spaced there. Put a marker down saying the other marker is invalid. Pat spaced there. Okay, cool. He fixed it. These boxes still work. Yoshi's feet are still green. It's okay. Some Yoshis got green feet. We do not discriminate against Yoshis based upon the color of their feet. We judge them by the content of their stomachs. Well, that does remind me, Max. I have some good news for you. I did, in fact, finally figure out my SA1 problems. So now I just need to rebuild a bunch of stuff to make it work. The mapping of SA1 things is something that I find very strange. But it works, so ultimately cannot complain. So nice to have a relatively short level in comparison to the last one. There we go, not so great there, but you know, maybe we won't have to do this more than 3 times. 4 times. Oh crap. Fred. Yep, I screwed it up. Orange arms and green feet. Yoshi took his shoes off. Yoshi just put his shoes on his hands. This is the one thing that kind of annoys me about this level. I like the level, I like the concept. The flying Yoshi auto-scroller is fun. It's just this part. It's just a long intro to the fun part. Alright. 1 problem down. I think I remember where the dang thing isn't frozen. You actually do need an Eldad Cloud to get there, don't you? Maybe that's the problem. I didn't use the shell last time. Oh well. Non-vanilla Yoshi Wings control? Yeah. I mean, this hack is pretty heavy chocolate. Which is nice. I like chocolate. Plenty more vanilla, of course, but I like chocolate. If you want really vanilla stuff, the old level design contest is coming up. I don't think I fully understand the concept, but it looks fun. If you want to go for a fully vanilla experience. I think that's what they're going for, like ultra vanilla. But I don't claim to understand it. But Battletoads music does make me a lot happier, though. Alright, here we go. I don't know what it is about this area. I just want to bonk the ceiling. I can see their spikes. Did I not bonk the ceiling there? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it twice. I'll take it and subsequently waste it. Okay. Got all the dragon coins. Next lap. SA1 may work, but if you made it so end level timer will write to the correct addresses? No. That's one of the big problems. I was trying to test it using stuff that didn't using stuff where the addresses didn't align. So like one of my standard ways of testing to see if Carl is loaded, I have a commented out couple instructions which are just pretend you're Luigi. And that's my way of at least seeing that the module loader is loaded. And that doesn't work on SA1. So eventually I got it to load always cape, and I looked at it in the debugger and I was like, oh, looks like it's working. May as well just go for it. So I loaded always cape, and for the SA1 game I loaded, the title screen character now had a cape. So only 7 hours till the contest. Yeah, starting soon, very soon. Yoshis explode sometimes. It happens. At least I didn't notice any ridiculous explosion, but, you know. Yoshis cannot travel through pipes. We've all seen that. But yeah, I still didn't beat the level. I need to get some coins. I'm fixated on getting the moon. What I'm thinking about right now. Hiding behind the wing. Mario was on the hoof, as they say. Alright, now just to press B for a while. Should probably add some comment SA1 defines like DP adder on the sprite ones, so modules will work on normal and SA1. I don't know what DP is. Adder, isn't that the one that people are always like ORing their stuff with? When you're making something compatible? Is that how that works? Is that like an inbuilt part of the assembler, or is that something that's kind of bolted on? Because I am using the standard assembler, whose name is also suddenly out of the forefront of my mind. Oh, Yoshi just exploded. That's what you meant. There's a Yoshi killer block up there. Huh. Yeah, it's probably okay. It's probably okay. They just do that sometimes. Oh, for fuck's sake. Usually you have a defines ASM to include. Oh, okay, I'll take a look and try to find it. At least it wasn't a Bloshi. Oh, that's fair. Bloshi. Oh, I need to go and dust that off. Pidge is getting close to the end of, well, getting somewhere with her event stuff, and I need to see if I can make some other things work better. Now that there's an impetus to do so. But I will need to look into SA1 Magic so that stuff is more compatible. And that ASM depends on one of those SA1 defines constants accordingly. I can just include that as part of the standard header. There is a standard header on all of the Carl modules. You guys just don't see it. Which includes the defines I've made. So, like Carl init is in there, as well as a couple other things. So adding one more in there wouldn't be that bad. Or adding another file or something there wouldn't be too bad. I'll just have to go find where that is and get it. That was a level I've rubbed coins for the most. No. I guess the big problem is it needs to know if it's SA1 or not, and it wouldn't have any friggin' clue right now. I need to tell it if it's SA1 or not. That's the problem. But I can do that. I have the power. I just need to refactor that entire endpoint at some point, which is not going to be tomorrow. So we'll see about getting SA1 going for... We'll have a rudimentary SA1 working at least. On Saturday. I don't know if it'll be the full Cadillac version, but at least we'll have something. Ah, come on. I am making this look bad. This Yoshi, not my favorite of Yoshis. Alright, made it through. SM World Gamma SA. Right now, it's just built into SM World Gamma, just because there was some code there that I was working on for that for a little while. So yeah. There we go. Let's not just jump off this for no good reason. Right when you're set up for success and everything, just jump right off the rope for no apparent reason. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy and just get a few more coins with Yoshi in the lap. Now, the bigger thing I'm worried about is just getting some of the other, like, niceties fixed, like the character change stuff, because that all relies upon more standard SD to SNES hooks. So, which can be converted, it just takes a little work. There we go. Also, any idea why that might be happening, the twitching? The guy who made the hack had no idea, and I don't either, to be honest. Oh, it's this one. Probably the HDMI. Oh, okay. Because I've definitely seen it in other levels in this hack. Maybe there is more HDMI tool stuff that's happening. Would make a lot of sense. Maybe the auto-scrolling? It definitely happens in levels that are not the auto-scroller. Oh, crud. This is the hardest dragging... Well, HDMI, One day I will get my words right. One day. Not today. Maybe I just need to use more HDMA. That would get me into the spirit of things. Horizontal direct memory interface. I think that's what FireWire was supposed to be. So, there's precedent. Trying to remember what the trick here was where the moon was concerned. Ah, man, I miss brain power. That Yoshi also exploded. Interesting trivia point, if you've seen the, like, Jack Black, there was an Octagon, Jack Black, big collaboration with a whole bunch of different weird music. I want it, I think, in this orientation. And Noma, the guy who did Brain Power, was the one who did the music for that as well. And off it goes. It was actually a reference to that silly meme in the SMRPG randomizer, because I had the option to put it there, so I put it there. So maybe it should find a better home as a piece of random dialogue, rather than I wish now. Nope, I got it wrong. Need to leave the Switch alone. Okay, the next one's the Yoshi one. I always do that. Just put him down there. Okay, the next one. No yum. Dang it. I just wanted to see the message box. Almost time for the lap. Oh, I needed to not get hit. Alright, well at least we can try and get the moon. I think that one's coming up soon. Yep. screwed it up. Here we are, back at the beginning. Taller, but not altogether much changed. I don't think I ever got all the dragon coins in this, because I never quite got the Yoshi either. That reminds me, I guess since we never rebooted, we didn't see the Yoshi. We wouldn't end up seeing the Yoshi message anyway. So it doesn't matter. That probably got me. I hit the wall first. Oh, he fixed this too. Oh, nice little touch. Let's go! Oh, come on. That's the most brain power room and I couldn't even do it. I got the ump though. That makes up for some things. Kind of just like leave and go get a new drink if I want to do, because there's not a whole lot to do. We were theorizing last time whether or not you could just leave it and actually beat the level, and the answer turned out to be no, because it would kill you. Slowly, but surely. P-switch jump, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I wanted it on. I just want to see it go over, go away again. Oh, oops. So much for using that key. Alright. Look at this coin. Alright, cool. That's another dragon coin down. Bonk, 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 bonk. You know, that might have been a really bad idea. Yeah, still broken. I need to fix that. I don't know why I find that particular area really hard to do. Get the Yoshi. Anyway, this room actually takes away coins. And then the next room is this room. I think after getting the moon, we'll try one more time for the moon, and if I don't get it, we'll call that good. Start moving forward. I got the I didn't get the last dragon coin, but whatever. Sister HD, exactly. Got it. Alright, we'll try that last dragon coin. I think that'll be good for this, since I don't think there's a lot more coins left. Before I run out here. It's just a what's the word I'm looking for? Artifact of how I do the message boxes. Because the counter didn't actually get started and got cleared. I certainly hope I got the moon. We'll find out after this. Nope. I'm just gonna make a bonk noise every single time I press Y now. That was the dumbest thing I could have done. Well, let's find out. Got the moon. Alright, this time we're just gonna get coins. Like I said earlier, like, this hack is cool because it's not difficult to beat. It's the moons and the dragon coins that are really the things that are difficult in this hack. Mostly. Well, knowing me, I think we'll end up seeing it again. Oh, dang it. Come on! That was my best shot at this. Whatever. We're just gonna beat this now. Plus, I love this room. It's silly, but I love it. It is very brain power. Hey, I got another P-switch jump. Or yump, or yimp, or something. It doesn't really matter. It still feels good to pull off. Yep, brain power. The famous Twitch meme song by Noma. Getting the moon first rights to a queue. That will give Mario 3 lives starting the next round, and then next with delays, it must be the last. That may have been the last round of the moon. Huh. Yeah, I think they said, I think the guy who made this said it was on SMW Central. But yeah. One of those things you just don't ever expect. A port of brain power. Oh. Yeah, I got it. Brain perfect jump off the hemispherically shaped object. Which depresses when Mario presses it. I feel like that needs that needs an acronym of some sort. But it is incredibly detailed and correct. And I really blew way too many of those fireballs. This is a good time to re-grab Y. Did it wrong again. Oh, whatever. Loy. I think Loy is the only part of that I can actually pronounce. But, you know, I think you should go with it. I think it'll spread like wildfire in our HR Discord. Hey, another one! Well, I got a double leap. Cool. I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't get the dragon coin! I didn't get the dragon coin. Whatever. FPJ for short, I like it. I like it. This is the one you can't get unless you're indignant. My theory was this was a lot harder if you're big, but I guess not. It's still just really annoying. And I still didn't need to make a lap. Maybe we'll get the other dragon coin I completely failed to get. I don't actually know which one that room is. I really need to pay more attention. Alright, we're gonna go for that one dragon coin again. Mostly to enjoy more brain power. Okay. Yes, that one's mine. Now I just need to get to a room where I can have one more coin. In retrospect. Oh, there we go. Oop. Level clear. Alright. With that, the first half of the game, or first half of the hack, is over. So, let's move on to the second half of the game. Thank you for the JJ. Alright. I will be right back. I'm just going to refresh my drink. Alright, and we are back. Let's explore the right path first. Elevator, escalator, etc. Now it's time for a history of Russia set to the music of Tetris. Man who arranges the blocks. I do enjoy the fact that layer 3, or the, it's just layer 3. Oh no! Oh, I forgot to do that. One of those things, we just get into the Tetris zone, you just can't do anything else, just, you gotta Tetris. As I mentioned last time, apparently that video is actually mostly accurate, according to both my sister who majored in Russian literature and political philosophy, and Line Printer who was Russian. So, the more you know. Oh no, I lost my block breaking abilities. Definitely want to be over here. I remember this. Come down and fit them around, exactly. Russia is Russian history is very strange. Very, very strange. I feel like making this more difficult by trying to jump on things. Probably just should stop doing that. Also, probably need to get coins, because you know that's the name of the game here. I think we're almost done with this section. There we go. And I have a long one, please. Oh yeah. There's that like classic college humor video. God of Tetris who decides what blocks you get. You know, squiggly, 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 line piece, line piece, line piece, etc. No. Scrolling is not doing good things on my projector. It looks like Boone's got two faces. I don't know why it's doing that. Just near the bottom of the screen, it gets confused. Bottom being relative here, I suppose. There was one at the beginning. Oh, there we are. Oh, smooth. Yeah, see how it is the same in our 8 unbroken roads. Well, you know, it depends on the game we're playing. Turns out we're playing this game too. No. Yes. Alright, well, I lost my cape. But I kept that, so it's probably okay. This is just the same level in reverse, so it's not actually that bad. The only problem is you don't get nearly as much time to react. It's a good game, I haven't played in a long time. Puyo Puyo Tetris. It was a fun game. I think that's where one of the Dragon Coins... Oh crap. Oh god. Yeah, that did not go well. That could have gotten really badly for me. That's 4. Yeah. I guess maybe you guys might be seeing that too. I should put a marker down and actually look. There we go. Aha! This level will be complete. Only question is if the Dragon Coins respawn on the way back, and they do. I think I'm okay with that now, given how generally difficult it is to get all of them in some areas. And he did fix it in one of the other places. Make a message, see if he wants to fix it. I think that would be okay for a spot check. Russia's history doesn't even span half a century. The area formerly known as the USSR, formerly known as other things. Strange place. The only winning move is not to play with Russia. Also, winning moves, don't try to invade Russia in winter. I don't know why so many people thought that was a good idea. But man, was that a bad idea. Napoleon thought it was a good idea. The Nazis thought it was a good idea. It's a terrible idea. Just don't do it. And that happened. It's probably okay. This is fine, indeed. You made this level so much better now. Look at this. I can see where I'm going. Previously, this was using the standard scroll, and I don't know if you've ever played with the standard scroll, but man, you go quick. Oh yeah, you lose the cape pretty quick here. I don't know why you felt the need to have to do message boxes, but whatever. Okay, what's the trick now? I want to go left. At least I got one of them. Back to the right. At least you can see where you're going. This is a huge improvement. Have you ever... Oh, damn it. If you've ever played Sweet Dudes Climb the Tower, you know the irritation of, I can't see where I'm going. Alright, I missed the third one. Alright. Maybe I can get the moon. Right side, really quick level. Boom. Oh, that's such a fun little level. Now that I can see where I'm going, it's a humongously much more fun level. We'll do one more lap on it so that we can get the last dragon coin. We're actually doing pretty well here in terms of how long this is taking. Though I have to do something very silly in Escalator. I was informed of an Easter egg, and now I have to get it. Because what I thought was a bug turned out to not be a bug. Okay, it's right. No, it's left. Left is the next one, and then right, and then left again. Right thereafter. Missed it, but it's okay. Right, nope. Alright, one more. I've got two more hands. Okay, this is fine. There we go. I can just fall down. Elevator, free fall, escalator. This game definitely has its ups and downs. Ooh, ooh. Oof. It's nice to have a few levels that are quick after all that. Alright, anti-time. Or the level where you can't climb. Or you can't walk. Or you can't jump. Where's my brain today? This is Kirby music, right? This is nice. Well, this is fine too. Oh, he fixed the soft block too. 50. I pointed out that was an insanely stupid soft block. So, like, I do give people latitude on those. And they're just insanely stupid. And that's an insanely stupid soft block. You literally need to be trying to get into that one. I have a suspicion I might end up dying in this level. Once I get the moon. Oh wait, that's death. That's death. Okay. You walk over here first. Let this winging ball of death, you know, just come near you, but don't actually touch the boon. Oh, no. Well, that was dumb. I mean, it was a shockingly easy moon to get for a couple of reasons. One, I know the level fairly well, Oh, the one right there. Never mind. That's yeah. That's just there to like taunt you and teach you the mechanic immediately. It's a very effective move. In that you discover exactly what you need to discover about it very, very quickly. Crap. I hate it when my nose itches. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Right. This time shall be different. See? That time I accidentally did that. That was way different. So I can come all the way over here and thankfully despawn that Podobo. Alright, cool. Oh, I forgot to do that, so I have to do another lap. That's... Okay. I definitely want the mushroom. I remembered I needed to use a block for 2 things, and I just spaced. This should be fairly straightforward, though. Just gonna bonk that. Bam, we're off. Completely intentional. No one can prove me wrong. Now I get the bouncy thing. I need to remember how... Oh, right. It's actually pretty easy to use. You just do that. Boing. Problem solved. Don't know if it'll be useful later, but I still want to take it with me. Not to the point where I end up getting injured, but I still want to take it. No... Nope, okay, well, forget that. I don't think I need it. I think we're just going to carry it forever. I don't know why I'm getting so lucky with those, but I'll take it. There we go. Right. I do need the springboard. I thought I needed it. I just hoped I didn't. And it's probably still where I left it. Which is problematic. Because I was having a very hard time getting it back up there. There we go. One eternity later. I could have just done that this whole time. I could have just not held B, and that would have solved that problem. Things you learn. There we go. Much better. Okay. I think I'm safe here. I want to get up there. I need to use the left elevator. Hold the B button. And run. And then take a hit for no apparent reason. Alright, one more pit stop. Hopefully we can get the last coin and move along. We need to beat the ninja up there. There's supposed to be some sort of message up here, but it didn't proc last time, and I want to see if it'll work this time. Are you proud of yourself? Get out of here. Okay. I am proud of it. The hit for no apparent reason was a vital part of the strategy. It kind of was. It's one of those ways you can throw off the... You can throw people off by having strategies that involve things that don't make a lot of sense. Like, there was an episode of... I forget, where, like, some kid makes a chess computer explode by playing chess so badly. Like, no one would ever make a move that dumb. Clearly, it must be a genius-level move. which is allegedly based upon a thing that happened when Kasparov was playing against Deep Blue. It had like a routine somewhere, which was essentially, if I don't have any idea what to do, just do something random, because it's better than not making a play. And allegedly the move threw him off, but I think it's atypical. It's one of those types of stories. Not necessarily true, but at least you want to believe it. Whereas, of course, every move I would be making when playing chess is kind of like that, because I'm rubbish at it. I can take 3 hits. And we'll save it for the area over here. 7. I need 6. Which I think... See, there we go. Problem solved. Very cool. Alright, time for run. This level also had a problem last time, where there weren't enough dragon coins. There's a dragon coin. I think that's a new one. Everyone loves a good munch-around level, though. Okay. I think there was a spiny here last time. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, Mega Man music, or... This is definitely Capcom music, without a doubt. Ooh, that was a mistake. Can I grab that? Yeah, I can. And I made the flight a little bit better. Ooh, parallax. I whiffed. Ah, dang it. Okay. J12. Can we at least restrict it to possible moves? Yeah, that's pretty much what it would be like. That's what chess against me would be like. I don't recommend it. I think I can get a second shot at this if I do it this way. Ah, come on. You come in a little bit lower. Perfect. Mega Man 9 Tornado Man, okay. I just haven't gotten around to playing the more modern Mega Man games. The last one I played that wasn't like an X one was Mega Man 8, the one that's like on PlayStation and Saturn. I think I actually owned a copy, though it might have just been a copy of the like Mega Man huge-ass collection for PS2. First me, I just made a mistake. I may have made the worst mistake. Okay, can I survive this? Wait, that's already off. Oh, crap. Well, I got 3 hits. I got a good shot. So the, I say lack of feather is going to be a problem, but no, it's not, because I can just get a new one. Bam, problem solved. Alright. Mildly tricky, but nothing experienced Boone can't take care of. Except when the rubbish triangle doesn't want to work. Alright, there we go. Up to the top so I don't have to deal with this problem. Got them all. Got the moon. And I just want to fly up here for the heck of it at this point. I made a weird noise. Okay. Alright. Escalator. This level. Which I still think is cute. I like the HUD up there. Being encased in level. Apparently he made this level a bit easier, which I, for one, am looking forward to. Because I spent a lot of time here last moderation stream. Because it just takes forever to go anywhere. And you're slipping all the way. I really think this is less escalator and more like walking sidewalk. Like the kinds they have at elevators, the ones they have at airports. Those call them people movers when we were wee youngins. Because that's what they did, they moved peoples. Yep. Oh, these don't interact from the side now. That's a nice feature. Takes forever to go anywhere, as escalators do. Yeah. Oh, cool. Was there a dragon coin there last time? I don't think there was. But I'll take... Oh, there might have been. I'll still take it. This is a risk I'm willing to take to get that, yeah. Okay, and now... Oh. That wasn't a part that kills me. Oh, you moved the dragon coin. There used to be one right there. You must have moved that one a little bit earlier. I knew that would still get me. Alright, that's 3 dragon coins in the first section. You can't pause the game. Oh, that is a cute trick. Alright, there's still garbage past the bit here. Darn it. I think that one might need a quick patch. Okay. Oh man, it's warm here. It's a warm day today. Beautiful and sunny, but still very warm. Oh no. Got one more shot. No, got him. Don't care. Alright. Yep. Instead of fixing it, he made it so you can't pause. That's, it's a cute way of doing it. It's not a good way, but it's cute. Give credit where credit's due. It's the classic, you know, Doc, my arm hurts whenever I do this. Well, then stop doing that. It's an accurate solution, though probably not a good one. Oh no, I think I may have missed my chance at another dragon coin. Yeah, I did. Yep. Well, I still need to make it to the end so that I can get the moon. Like this room here, I just feel like there's got to be some. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's the moon. Oh well. We can get the moon later. I don't think it's a big problem. We gotta do 4 laps after all. We gotta get all the dragon coins first this time, though. This is the last real level, too, so this should be pretty quick. Right. Gotta go the right way. Ooh, auto-scroller. Woo. Why did I pull back? That was not smart. Like, there's a little bit more leeway now, but still, I shouldn't do that. Okay. It's just one tile jump, it just gets me. There we go. Thankfully, you don't have to stay on top for very long. You can go back down when you want to. Alright. Trying to think of what else I need to check after this, aside from, crap. Need to make it up here? Okay. We're good, we're good. We're getting the dragon coins this time. Because I'm not going to miss the obvious turn-off. Yeah, I don't think he ever tested just walking backwards. It's a simple enough change that if he just makes it, I'll be pretty happy just to spot check it and go. I think it is. It's not a code change. Alright. It's a very red section now. I'd like to go back to the red section. Remember, kids, we're parked in the itchy lot. Oh no. Oh crap. This is why I don't like this level. Jump, jump, over the fences. The little one-tile gap jumps tend to be a little awkward. And there's so much dead air. Okay. You wonder why the transition says that? There have been a couple, well, there were a couple of other doors that did that in the hack, and then he fixed one of the major issues. Oh, forget it, I may as well just... there was an issue with add music that was being fixed with the door. I think it was just by having a transitionary area, it was fixing the layer 2 thing. I really don't know. Much outside of my understanding. Okay. Yeah, you kind of run out of stuff to say on an autoscroll you've played like 40 times, or 400 times, or some number with a 4 in it times. 4 runner times. Anyway. Been a while since I did any SNES hacking stuff. One of those things where, like, it's kind of annoying to get the whole thing set up. I gotta hook it up, the USB to the NES, or the SNES, and get it all rigged up. I've been doing a lot of work lately. Trying to currently figure out why our unit tests take forever to run. I've traced it down to a single test fixture that takes a long time to instantiate things, which is still longer than it should. Like, there's no reason this function should take 5 whole wall seconds to run, given what it does. So, I've been working on trying to figure that out, as well as back to the PDF mines, which I am never happy to return to. PDFs are a bad format. They're just bad. They might be better than the alternatives, but they're still bad. Through the door. Or the last time we actually had to like make clips to figure out what that was saying. Alright, anyway, I don't need to go up there this time. It's riskier than the alternative and has little upside to me. Given what we're trying to do this run, what this particular run through is about. It's about getting the dragon coins and getting the moon, and hopefully getting the weird secret at the end. Because something I thought was a bug turned out to be a feature, so I should at least see that one through. No! Wait, what? I even hit the... Oh, this is just, like, triple bad. Okay. This is fine. Maybe. If I can get the moon, this is fine. If I can't get the moon, this is not fine. Nope. I know better than that. I should have just gone on the lower path. Or where I'll be spending the rest of the stream. Like, if those just weren't one-tile jumps, that would not be so difficult, but I just don't seem to have the wherewithal to consistently make them. Never feels like the levels move. Yeah, it's such a weird feeling these Layer 2 scrolls give. Doesn't quite feel right in terms of how an auto-scroller should feel. Probably because there's no sense of inertia. Or friction. Like, this wasn't a problem in Mario 3 when you were on an airship. But that's because you weren't constantly sliding backwards. Absolutely perfect. Beautiful spin jump. Oh, for... Alright, that's fine. That's fine. No, things I was getting consistently last time. Oh, no. Don't need to get that consistently again now. Okay. Nearing the end of the first section. On to the part where I always land in something stupid. If I can avoid doing it twice, I'll be very happy. Only one stupid hit is allowed today. There we go. We are on the move. Alright, on to the red section, which I really want to complete this time. And hopefully I'll be able to pick that last coin up, the previous last coin up, when we come back through again. We'll see. Okay. Right a bit. Nope. Okay. Well, maybe we'll get lucky on the way back again. Maybe. This is from like VVVV or something. Though I'm not entirely certain. Apparently that game just got an update. See, that's what I meant to do last time, I just didn't do it. There we go. There we go. Knew I was gonna get hit. I'm okay with that. I'm just going to do the thing that doesn't get me killed. I think that's a pretty reasonable way to go about this. M4255 glitch. Oh, that would be... Oh, that'd be truly horrendous. Alright, we got the moon. See if this level has the same problem. Yeah, it's got the same problem. The big wall of garbage is coming for me. The source code was released under some license? Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, the game was written in, like, Flash, wasn't it? I want to say it was a Flash executable, but I could be wrong. So even if you have the source code, good luck. I don't know, actually. I think once you get, like, 1 or 2 iterations down, because, you know, the coins don't really respawn, you wouldn't have too hard of a time going through this without getting all the coins. Oh crap, you need to pay attention instead of thinking about potentialities. Just remember last time I did this, I was absolutely convinced that the character had changed to Luigi. Apparently if Mario was upside down, I think he's Luigi. Something to do with the nose, I just can't prove it. It was very strange. Anyway, I gotta be more careful about coins right now. I guess some of these coins... Yeah, that's Luigi. That's definitely Luigi. I was gonna say, some of these definitely resemble. Or definitely are respawning, I think. Oh god. Oh, right. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, so I would have had to take the lower path. Ah, oh, nuts. I didn't even think about that. That was my bad. It was close, though. Good to know that there is a way to get that last one, but doing the lap is going to be really hard. We'll see if we can actually pull it off, but if I can't in a little bit, I'm fine. Totally fine not testing that. I'm certain almost no one's going to see that secret in practice. Getting 1 coin. Because Luigi feels like it. Okay. Kind of weird. I suspect the temperature is only like 72 degrees, but I still feel warmer. Probably open my window a bit before I go to bed. Whereas like a week ago, I might have been turning on the heater if I felt so inclined. Okay. Oh. Come on, Luigi. There we go. Luigi has not let me down yet. Again. Yeah, those are definitely in a different position on the third lap. Interesting. Well, I kind of want it. I don't know if it was... Well, it didn't get me killed yet, so it's probably okay. Alright. Duck jumping does not actually do anything there, but for some reason I feel inclined to do so. Alright. Up to full. Now we are talking. Alright. I'm wondering if that actually handles the case I found. Huh. Just have to look to see if it does the right thing. Suddenly realize I have a piece of code that might be misbehaving, but I have yet to actually put it in production and have it auto on all the time, so it's probably fine. Okay, that was close to really bad. Oh god. Oh, come on. Ugh. I hate those jumps. Well, at least I already got the moon. Got that going for me. I can get the last one, and if I get the other moon or the other coin on the next way through, I think I'll be okay with that. There's something about being upside down I find so very unsettling. Okay. The fundamental problem, of course, is that the trying to do another lap, trying to do another Dragon Coin thing is definitely going to doom me. Cause me to lose. Because I'm either going to get exactly the number of coins I need, or I'm going to die. So we're going to need to do another lap of this place. Okay. We'll see if the Dragon Coin respawns. Because some of the coins respawned and some of them did not. And because it's upside down, I can make that decision at the last second, I guess. A 100% run of this game would be very difficult. Or at least require an awful lot of effort, but not a whole lot of... with some amount of routing. There's levels that are very mazy in nature, and freeform. But this level would totally kill the run, because, you know, it's the thing at the very end. And it's a long-ass auto-scroller where if you mess up once, you're done. I'm still not sure this isn't a third level. No, I think it must be. It must be a third level because, again, these coins. Alright, well, we still have to try to do the thing that won't get us killed. Well, I screwed that one up. Yeah. Strikes me as needlessly cruel. But it definitely is the same area. We know that now. How the heck? I need to do the same thing to get the where I got the Dragon Coin, but upside down. I'm just not very good at it. It's the one-tile jumps that keep getting me in here. Like, I would like to get all the Dragon Coins, but ultimately, I think I'm going to accept a lesser standard here. Because I would like to be done with this at some point in life. The upside-down jumps also feel really weird. Yeah, it's just the having to jump off of a one-tile tunnel platform. It's not a skill I really have. Or it's not something I've never cognizantly thought about, like, as a Mario skill. And so I'm a little bit confused by it. It is the same Dragon Coin. Huh. But yeah, you definitely couldn't get through this area without getting these coins. It could be harder to avoid them than get them, and they respawn in the second area. But some don't. Alright. Yeah, I don't get that consistency there. I think it's a little bit of a tricky jump, and then there's no recovery. You know, you just got to go do it again. Like, that's the only coin I miss, then there's a chance. But if I miss the other coins, then there's no chance. But yeah, the one tile and scrolling just feels weird. I don't know. Maybe there's a rhyme or reason to it, but it's not something I know a lot about. We get past it, you have things that are awful close to everything. Yeah, this level is the final level for a reason. It is a little bit more difficult than the rest. By a little bit, I mean a lot. Some more platforms awful close to the floor and ceiling. Yep. It's a very awkward platforming section. Doing it upside down, like, it shouldn't make a difference, but it does feel like it makes a difference. It definitely feels like it makes a difference. Should probably be careful in case I actually do get the other 2 dragon coins. I'm getting pretty good at the very last one. Not great, but pretty good. If I could get the 3rd one and that one, then we could claim victory on that. The problem is this. Cool, I got it. Drop to the floor again. I feel like there should be a term, like, for with spikes, kind of like a la mode. You know, in English parlance, it means with ice cream, though I think it means... What does it mean? It just means, like, as a mode or something. It means something sillier in French. Yeah. A la stab. Okay, that's good. I like that. We can call it a la stab. I feel like someone should do that in one of their hacks. Basically, they should have like a pleasant, 1-1-ish level, and then have the 1-1-ish level a la stab. And that's the one with all the awful spikes. I think that would be a popular, or at least a reasonably well-liked concept. Like a yump rack kind of concept. Alright, here we go. Time for the second lap. At least I'll get all the dragon coins this time, and so I won't need to worry about them again. Well, hopefully I'll get all the dragon coins this time. It's still a possibility that I can screw this up, but at least it's an easier thing to... Well, it's still... it's still a thing. Really wonder what you see if you do it like 4 times. Though I guess I could cheat, but that wouldn't help me that much. I'd use the thing that makes me lose collision with layer, but I don't think that's going to help me with layer 2. I think it only makes me lose collision with layer 1. Guess with one of those, like, flying or floating tech things, I could probably do it. I think, like, what would be a good way to cheat here. Alright. Here we go. We get to see if we, no, we're just getting the dragon coins, forget that. We're just getting the dragon coin. Guess I could see this through, but nope. We're getting the dragon coin. I fought hard for these. I'm okay with dying for them. And maybe I can still beat the level? Actually, I think I might be able to. Yes, barely. Yes! Oh, okay. Victory. Of some stripe. Of red stripe. Okay. I am going to take one stab at the 4-lap thing, and then I'm going to call that good. Thank you for the G, and the J, and the nice. But the nice thing about this is I don't have to put my neck out and get dragon coins. And if I fail that jump at the very end, then that's it. And then there's, what, like 3 levels I didn't get all the dragon coins in? One's the brain power one, I'm not doing that. The other 2 I'd gotten all the dragon coins in a prior attempt, so I'm pretty okay with that. I think we'll be able to call it good there. We just need to go through 105 and this. Try hitting all the blocks the first time. I don't think the blocks persist. That's a good idea, though. I'll try it just to see what happens. But I don't think... Well, they might. Maybe I've just been avoiding them. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm going to hit a lot of blocks. Like, that would be the smart thing. Or that would be the, like, cool puzzly thing to do, wouldn't it? Make it so you can help your future self. A future self and me. Alright, I'm going to hit all the Kaizo blocks. We'll see what we get. See if that gets any easier. There's definitely something interesting going on with an aliasing of dragon coins and coins, so we'll see. I'll get the lower and safer path. Mistakes were made. Alright, I have a short second to grab some water. Thank goodness for loading zones, said almost no one ever. I decided this would be really hard upside down. I think it'd be pretty easy doing this part upside down. Because it's the same level but backwards. So you'd be falling when most of the like challenging things are happening. And you can actually get through here regardless, I think. We'll hit a couple Kaizo blocks just in case. But I don't think, you know, I'm not in any danger here. It's not going to crush me if I come from the bottom. Okay. Gotten really good at that wiggle. It's probably not all that difficult, but I'm very proud of it. While as Luigi wanders off with his exclamation point above his head. His upside down exclamation point, because, you know, he's being Spanish today, though usually he is Italian. He could be one of those mute protagonists. Which I guess he kind of is, usually. When he gets to be a protagonist. Which is rarely. I guess he talks a lot during in the Ghost, in the Luigi's Mansion series, doesn't he? Like, screams about ghosts and stuff. I've never actually played them, so I know very little about them. But I assume he talks. Alright, moment of truth, time to see if the Kaizo blocks persist. You know, after we get there. I wonder how long I can just kind of chill here without doing anything. Pretty reasonable amount of time, honestly. Would have been actually free to get the dragon coin on the third lap. Should have thought of that earlier, but I guess that particular dragon coin wasn't giving me any trouble. It was giving me trouble last time I played, but this time not so much. Still got 2 hits. Should be fine. Okay. I think thing that makes me dubious is those coins respawn. That's the thing that makes me dubious about whether or not we could actually use the Kaizo blocks. Would be a cooler puzzle if you could, but it still doesn't change the fact that what I'm doing wrong is just failing that initial jump. And they do not persist. And... no. Done. Cut, print, done. We're out of there. Alright, 105 edit. Bring it all home. Credits. No More Sprite Limit Tile patch by Azrish. Marathon Napkins. Tattletale. Metroidvania and Edit. A bunch of numbers. Credit. Overworld Indicators. ASM patch by Eric. Minimay. And White Yoshi Egg. Credits. Shell Collectible Coins. ASM patch by Eric. I still can't believe he did his credits like this. Credits. Uber ASM. Level ASM Replacement. ASM patch by P Floor +2. Credits. Course Clear Modifier. ASM patch by Arakatsu-san. Yeah, apologies. Single Screen 1.0 by Bibiab. Elevator Music. Tetris. Block Combiner type mode, ported by Hooded Edge, of course. Credits. Lives to Health Points by Mario Fangamer. Level anti-music is Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Butter Building, ported by Dark Mario Bros. Credits. Disable various status bar stuff, ASM patch by Grim Hammer Bro, White Yoshi Egg, Jack the Spades, Akia, Amelia. Credits level aerial music from Battletoads. Turbo Tunnel P2, ported by Dippy. Hold X to item swim. Oh, I didn't even do that. Huh. Oh well. Uber XM by Mandu. Fix by Alcario. Level traditional music is Block Main theme, ported by Kevin M. Credits, vanilla title screen, logo, letter, numbers, font made by Noiso. Level climb music, cool spot. SNES bonus level, ported by Milan Luxi. Credits, underwater music is Block Beach, ported by Torchus, which I believe is a Pokemon, which I think I said last time I did this. Wall Jump Note Block Glitch Fix by Lolcats. 4943G. Level Maze, music Lemmings. Oh, Beast of a Level. How did I miss that? Ported by Capernal. Proximity Wrap Fix. ASM patch by Green Hammer Bro and Jack the Spades. Level Freefall music is Kirby Dream Land 3. Invincible. Oh, that's it. Ported by Louie. Alright, time to check the only, important things here. He fixed it by removing the pipe entirely. Okay, that works. That is a fix. I can't argue with that. That room was kind of dumb anyway, to be honest. Course Clear music is Mario RPG Victory, ported by Kevin M. Wall Kick, Kevin M. Mario E. Reusable P-Switch, custom block by Green Hammer Bro. Also means I can't restart the level and get all the coins back. Credits, title, and overworld music is Floating Overworld, made by Gift Shaven. Level timed music is Brain Power by Noma Brain Power, ported by Pulsar. So there you go. Check the midpoint now? I will be checking the midpoint, yes. Exploding Yoshi Immunity Fix. ASM patch by Skywind Dragoon. Alright. Into the pit. This might prevent me from being able to get the moon. That was interesting. Didn't expect to end up at the end of the level. Alright. It still puts me in the level. Good enough. That's it for now. For real, I'm tired at the end. Better vertical camera scrolling. ASM by Nawisu, whose name I'm probably butchering. Credits just put together by JP32, the guy who made the hack. Press Scroll Fix by Green Hammer Bro. Oh, credits. Natsu Fireball, Pat CDR, and 1UP Dudes for beta testing and feedback. I suppose moderating counts as that sort of thing. Credits. Level Frozen music. Crash 2, Snowgo. Oh, that's kind of cool. Printed by Gold Peach. Special thanks to various people on SMW Centrals, forums, and ROM map, and ROM/RAM map for various things. Auto Scroll and LR Scroll Lock Fix. Patch by Telsync. Run music is Mega Man 9, Storm of Angel's Thunder, Tornado Remix, supported by Hooded Edge. That dude gets around. Metroidvania is Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin. Crucifix Held, Close, supported by Ultima. Come on. Escalator music is VVV, Piercing the Sky, created by Dan the VP. Yep, that was it. There we go. Yeah, I think I've screwed up. Can't get the moon down. Way to beat the level. Special thanks to all the people who played this hack. Thank you. Ceiling Triangle Blocks, ASM patch by Henrik. 105 music. Block, Rocket Launcher. Rocket Launcher. There we go. There's definitely stuff up there. Alright, so all you gotta do is beat the level now. We've already read all the boxes, we just need the coins. They're in. I think there should be enough. Shouldn't be too bad. There we go. So really, I think there's about 2 small things. Otherwise, I'd even that. I think this is okay to go. We'll double check one of them offline very quickly. Let me check one of them off. That's what I get for hitting multiple ones at once. I'm gonna be like a coin short, aren't I? Nope. There's more than enough coins in that stage, even if you don't get up to the upper areas. Level name changes with every block I hit. Yes. So about that, the way that that block works, well, if you want to have more than 2 messages per level, you need to use sort of a custom block, and the way that's implemented, it just changes what level the game thinks it is. Really what trans level the game thinks it is, but the difference there is somewhat immaterial for the time being. Basically what level you entered, it changes that briefly, or sometimes leaves it alone, so that it can pull a different entry out of the message box table. It's a cute little hack. It works well. When I compile these things and been putting them on YouTube, it actually has the level names, and this sort of thing is pretty overdone. This level has a lot of level names, put it that way. Alright, did the moon stick? The moon stuck. Alright, one last thing to check. Just do a quick run through of the map and see what I missed. If there are things I'm willing to go back and do. Do like the green. Don't know why it didn't turn green the first time around, but in case you're wondering what I'm doing, all I'm doing is checking the world map to see if there's any superfluous edges. Something I should have done the first time, but I messed up and forgot to. Alright, so really there's like 3 levels where I didn't get Dragon Coins, and that's it. I got Dragon Coins in the first 2. I think times is probably fine because it's not on a level, on an edge transition. I think I'm gonna call this good. Though, I guess if I wanted... No. I don't know, Frozen. Frozen was bugging me. I don't know where that thing was, and I want to say it had something to do with the cloud. I think the fact that I killed him via a shell instead of a fire flower caused the cloud to not last as long, which was a problem. We're going to take a quick look at this. Let's see if that solves said problem, because I'm pretty sure, ultimately, that the thing I'm looking for is somewhere in the sky. Of course, I'm going to edit down the level name stuff in the YouTube video later. Oh, right. I shouldn't take too many hits. Something I haven't tried yet. What if I set lives to a relatively high number? Yeah, that works. If the biggest problem I had in the escalator stage wasn't getting squished, I probably would have done this. Before you ask, I generally don't do any too egregious cheating while doing moderation. It just happens to be the case that sometimes you want to find something quickly and not worry about your lives. So I find always cape is a better use of that sort of thing, but you can imagine why I wouldn't use that right now. Dang, okay, well that leaves that out. Okay. Yeah, it was up here. But I think that means I have to choose between that one or that one if I don't get the dragon coin properly. Would need like shmup or something? Yeah. Shmup or something, yeah. I mean, really what I'd need to do is, like, get immunity to layer 2, which I imagine is possible, but I don't have a module that does that, like, off the top of my head. So, I might just look in Lunar Magic and find out what it was, just out of curiosity for my own edification. But other than that, I won't care too much. I mean, basically all I want to verify is that it's not, you know, something naughty. My controller just left right of the cloud. This particular controller is really bad, and there's no excuse at this point for using this controller, because I have an entire box full of Super Famicom controllers. I have like 50 of them, including a Wii one. Like, Squiggles imported it for me at my request, because the membranes in this one are going bad. Even though I replaced the membranes, I don't feel like they ever got much better. The ones I bought from a local game store. How do I... Oh, I ran out. Well, that's what I get for throwing fire around. Crap. Where can I get more fire really quick? That was a spot to really restock on there. There's gotta be more flame around here somewhere. Okay, good. This is 5. 5 enough? I don't know. Find out shortly, I guess. Either way, I just need to take like 5 minutes and do that. Alright. Nope. Need one more set of flames to do this. Do I need more flames? Yeah, alright, yeah, because there's a dragon coin there, of course, Pat. Pick up this dragon coin, and maybe we can find something if we go top side. Nope. Well, that was useful, at least, I guess. Wasn't the opposite of useful. There we go, 20. That sets me up. Don't care. At least we know now where they are. Alright. That's that. So glad I don't have to worry about that at least. I wonder what the number... wonder where he stores the value for the number of remaining fireballs in RAM. We'll probably figure that out pretty quick. Do some memory searching. Memory searching is a powerful tool when you know how to use it. Crap. No! Alright, there we go. Okay. Nothing I love more than sliding around repeatedly. Good thing there's no pits on this side. Wait, I don't need that there. Bonk. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, just get up there, get up there. Okay, stay up there, Luigi. Boing. Alright. That's all. And guess missing it on the first one is kind of just embarrassing, I guess. This should not be difficult. Dumb, but not difficult. The big problem is I just wasn't linearly searching correctly, I think, for some of these things. Also helps I can see my HP this time. Okay. Eh, better than nothing. It's no cape. And it didn't need to be. Alright, so it's not that one. Do not like you, Mole. I think I can get a power up. Yeah, there we go. We'll get the known unknown. We'll get the known ones first, and then we can work on the mysterious last one, which I think might just be in the sky, and I spaced on it. This one's up in the sky. I remember that pit. I remember that pit a lot. I have been in that pit a lot. Alright, cool. Beautiful. That's the power of planning right there. See, you kind of feel like there should be something more important up there, but there just isn't. It's weird. Let's clear the way. We're getting no scritch. Alright. So much for that. This is this room, which is completely irrelevant. Boink. I still think it was up in the sky, so we're gonna take a quick sky search. That, or it's in a pipe and I just missed the pipe. And the beautiful thing about this is I can still do this. The beautiful thing about that is I screwed up. Cape, there's still a chance of spotting it in the sky. Alright. Well, that's... Don't want to get hit by the moles. Well... Okay, this... I'm gonna just wait. No point in rushing it. It's either down a pipe or it's somewhere in the sky on this half of the level. Those are the two possibilities. Oh wait, now I want to go through the other pipe. There's space in here. Yeah, at least I wasn't hit by the moles. I'm a lot happier about that than I probably should be. It's a low bar sometimes, I'm gonna be honest. Alright. Okay, and I remember this one was the really boring room. That or this was the... Yeah, this is the... This is the room with a single move. Right, and then there's that thing. Nice thing about those guys, at least you know where they're going. Alright. This time shall be different. Gonna have a headbang here. While we fly. There it is. Alright. That covers every single thing except timed. I'm gonna give this one more try. And this is one I suppose I could actually use cheats on, but it's not gonna help me that much. One on the north path? Oh, we'll check in a sec. I don't... Oh, there was. It was auto. I don't want to do auto. God, I don't want to do auto. Yeah, I almost had that. Because I'm getting better at this. Yeah, auto I think is one I've actually never gotten all of the dragon coins on, just because it takes 4 friggin' laps. So I guess I could cut one lap off by using always cape. At least gain some consistency that way, because I don't have a chance of losing my cape on the way over. But I need to remember to turn it off, which is the harder part. Hey, look at that. Another FPJ or something. Thank you for the nice FPJ. 37. Still got it. Alright. I should just leave it. Leave it. Leave it alone. Nope. The anti-coins, I could try underflowing? That's a good question. I think that's something we'll have to do, I think we'll have to come around and see if we can do that. We'll, let's see, could I reset my coins? Not easily. I think I know what the number for the coins is. Because the active coins, that might just be a named address in chat hacks. It would be easier things to check. Hey, I'm just getting them right and left. I cannot make that jump consistently. No wall jumps. Alright, so let's see about that. Able. Coins 0. I don't think that's a named address. Let's go to the RAM map. I don't have conveniently open. It's kind of a shocker, I'm going to be honest. To the word coin. No, not the address. The word coin. Green Star, Luigi's coins, current player coins. So set this value 0. It kills you. I think that's a perfectly adequate solution. And yeah, the anti or auto. I don't have it in me to do auto again. I think it's a pretty reasonable solution, honestly. It solves the problem. If someone legitimately got there, and props to him, he thought about it, so maybe at some point he had chosen to make that like a random set of rooms instead of cycling. Yeah, I'd loop to a larger number, not 99. It would display like something and then a weird thing. I think the coin counter is weird that way. Anyway, I think this is largely ready to go. I might send him a quick message before I head to bed about the garbage at the end of that one level, but otherwise I think this is perfectly reasonable. So, and that garbage will only require a quick check, so. HUI garbage tile for the 10 is a 5. Oh yeah, because that's, yeah, that is mod 5. Yeah, it's 5, mod 16. Well, no, what, HUI 5? Oh, because it's probably the BCD number, isn't it? Or, I don't know how it works. 2, 5, 5, gotcha. That makes sense. Alright. I think it has been fun. It's 4 a.m. and I have more work to do. I have work tomorrow, so. And some other cool stuff I gotta get done. You know, chat hack stuff. So let's see. What can we find around here? Maybe someone new. I think I've raided all these people very recently. But there's always a good option. Always a good option. Alright. One of those cases where I'm just too tired. I'm just going to do the easy thing. Because you can't go wrong with raiding Desi. Nope. And good, the box showed up. I'm always happy when the box shows up. I'm never sure if the box is going to show up. Anyway. Thank you all for watching. It's been a lovely, lovely time. I will be back on Saturday, 5 p.m. PDT for some more chat hacking action. So, you don't have to wait too long. But anyway, till then, have a good day, have a good rest of your day, have a good sleep, have a good whatever you're going to do, and I will see you all next time. I'm going to push the button.